In the annals of history, few names command as much respect and fascination as Julius Caesar. Born into the patrician Julian clan, with roots tracing back to the very founders of Rome, young Caesar had a lineage of distinction. His early life, filled with ambition and daring, led him to the very heart of Roman politics. From a young age, he navigated the treacherous waters of the Roman political system with a finesse that belied his years. Thus, the stage was set for one of the most dramatic ascents in political history. From the outset, Caesar's political career was anything but ordinary. Born into a patrician family, he quickly distinguished himself as a military leader of exceptional prowess and a politician of unparalleled cunning. His rise through the ranks was as rapid as it was ruthless, propelled by a series of military victories that not only expanded the boundaries of Rome, but also enhanced his personal prestige. Caesar's innovative political strategies were as audacious as they were effective. He skillfully manipulated the loyalties of his allies and rivals alike, all the while consolidating his own power. His charismatic leadership and deft maneuvering led to the formation of the First Triumvirate, a political alliance that catapulted him to the forefront of Roman politics. His ascent to power reached its zenith when he was appointed dictator, a position that had been granted only in times of dire emergency. But Caesar was not content with the status quo. He had the audacity to extend his term, taking the reins of power in perpetuity. This was a bold move that not only defied tradition but also threatened the very foundations of the Roman Republic. In a display of unprecedented ambition, Caesar had climbed to the pinnacle of Roman power. His rise was emblematic of his extraordinary ability to seize opportunities, navigate the treacherous waters of Roman politics, and shape the course of history in his own image. But Caesar's ambition did not stop at simply holding power. His vision was to transform Rome, and transform Rome he did. One of his most notable reforms was the introduction of the Julian calendar, a solar calendar that is the precursor to the one we use today. But Caesar didn't stop at time. He was also a champion for the common people. He implemented policies to alleviate the struggles of the less fortunate, providing debt relief and redistributing public lands. His popularity among the masses grew, but with it came resentment from the higher echelons of Roman society. Senators, threatened by his growing influence, began to view him as a tyrant rather than a reformer. His actions, though beneficial to many, were seen as a direct challenge to the established order. He was loved by the people, yet loathed by the elite. Unbeknownst to Caesar, his actions were sowing the seeds of his own downfall, and the Ides of March, a date that would forever be associated with betrayal and tragedy. This ominous day in the Roman calendar held a dire warning for one man, Julius Caesar. In the lead up to this fateful day, a soothsayer had issued a chilling prophecy, a cautionary whisper of "Beware the Ides of March." Yet, in a display of his characteristic confidence, or perhaps hubris, Caesar chose to dismiss this forewarning. The day unfolded like any other, with Caesar making his way to the Senate. Unbeknownst to him, a plot had been brewing in the shadows, a conspiracy orchestrated by those closest to him. Senators, once his allies, had turned into his assassins, driven by fear of his growing power and the transformation of Rome. As Caesar entered the Senate, he was swarmed. The very hands that had once pledged allegiance to him now held daggers, each one striking a blow for liberty. It was a brutal public act, a show of defiance against a man they felt was becoming a tyrant. In the immediate aftermath, Rome was thrown into chaos, a city shocked and shattered by the fall of its leader. And so, on the steps of the Senate, the life of Julius Caesar came to a dramatic end. The Ides of March had indeed brought tragedy, marking an end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in Roman history. Though Caesar's life was cut short, his legacy would live on. His audacious rise to power, the transformation of Rome under his leadership, and his dramatic end on the Ides of March, all these aspects of his life have left an indelible mark on history. His death triggered a cascade of events that eventually brought an end to the Roman Republic. In the annals of history, Julius Caesar remains a figure of fascination, his life a testament to the power of ambition, and his death a reminder of its perils.